Welcome to the Cloudcast podcast, where we talk about anything and everything regarding school, our daily lives, and anything to do with the online things that are going on nowadays.
NFTs.
NFTs, yes. Um, we'll get to that later, but I have to introduce myself. I am Cloud. Um, just call me Mason. That's a little bit of a throwback to my old name, but then we have Tony and we have Landon. I'll have Tony introduce himself first.
Hi, I'm Tony, or known online as CometStudios. I make music from time to time, and that's pretty much all you need to know about me, if we're being honest.
And then there's Landon.
Hello. Basically, all you need to know about me is that I'm pretty based when it comes
Yeah.
to politics. So that's pretty cool.
Facts.
And then I also am the creator of beautiful Minecraft videos that require a lot of effort that I post like twice a year. So that's
Really?
pretty awesome.
We'll have to
Yeah.
check out those one day. But our first topic is going to be about school, which is going to be interesting.
Yes.
And that school experience of finals, the first finals we've had to take ever in our lives, because
we got
last
to
year
avoid them.
we got to
because
avoid
of
them
snow
last year.
days?
Yeah.
We had to avoid
Then
them
COVID.
twice last year.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I think I handled it well because I think I prepared myself mentally for it to be a lot of literally nothing I enjoy and just studying for a long time, the entire week that I had beforehand to study. And I remember we studied for like 4 or 5 hours, me, Landon, and Tony at my house. Straight. We did
It went really
whole...
well. Sadly, there was no tables.
You don't,
Yeah.
Landon. They don't understand that
Nice.
joke. It's an inside joke. You can't be
And that's
using
what makes
those.
it perfect.
No, but
Mason hates tables.
I hate tables, guys. I don't know. It was a lot more stressful than I thought it was gonna be. Actually, I don't know about that. It was kind of exactly how I thought it was gonna be. Everything went perfectly.
Perfectly
I'm
horrible.
I'm an average school student with grades and stuff, so I was trying to make ends meet, and everything went perfectly for me. Literally could not have done better, like, unless I was just striving to get things that didn't need to get. But I mean, yeah,
So you'd say you're pretty happy with your results?
oh yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with my results. I don't want to do it again, which I have to do, but
Multiple times.
don't we
Yeah,
have
it's like,
SATs this year?
No, we have we have ACTs next year, and SATs if you want to take them your senior year. But yeah, I mean, it's usually you do the SAT or ACTs. I'm personally doing the ACTs just because for the colleges that I want to go to, that's the thing that's the thing that I can do. So I don't really have to take the SATs. So I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not many colleges that will make you take one or the other, I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was more or less my experience with it. I was just a lot of studying going in, and the actual test taking wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought I was gonna be insanely bored, but I was working most of the time. Either that or like laying my head down on the desk because I was done. I mean, it wasn't, the actual test taking wasn't as stressful. The studying and all that was. But I mean, I don't think I left much to talk about about it, but yeah, you got it, Tony.
For me, my experience with it was like once I got into the actual test taking part of it, like after because my first final was the Spanish final, and like I'd say after that one, and more so the science final that I had right afterwards, I realized okay, this is just like just answering I don't know, 50, 60 questions. And it's not too, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not an enjoyable experience, but
No,
like,
not at all.
yeah, no. If you enjoy finals, I'm a little bit concerned for your health, but,
Yeah, I don't think that'd be sane if they enjoyed finals.
Yeah, but like after the first two, it was just like, okay, this isn't that bad. And like I did good on pretty much all the ones that I knew I was gonna do good on, and even the one final that I actually did bad on, it brought my grade down a total of 1%. So like I don't
Wow.
I
Dude,
don't
no,
really
that's
care
so
that
Time to,
much.
much. You
time to
just
start
failed the
crying.
class. You just completely
Dang.
failed.
I know, right?
I mean, yeah, no, that's. I mean, on one of my classes, I had 100%, so I literally just didn't even try. I think Tony knows which one that
Oh,
was.
I'm very aware of that.
And I went down 5%, but I was still
Oh
at a
man.
95. So
Oof.
it didn't matter at all.
I don't think you could come back from that.
I don't know, man.
95, dude. What is that?
Yo, Landon, you
Yeah,
good?
Like a
I
D?
think
Dang.
There you go.
he died mid-sentence.
Yeah, died mid-sentence. Landon,
Guys, am I
you have,
back? Am I back?
I
Am I
would say you
back?
Yeah,
have some of the hardest classes out of all of us.
yeah.
What
Okay.
was your experience like?
Okay. So we're gonna start by talking about some history, right?
What history class are you
So
taking? AP Euro? Yeah.
AP Euro. So it's not an easy class. You
No,
know,
not by any
um
means.
basically the multiple choice questions were very difficult
Like
and
super specific.
yes, very specific
Do you
details.
remember anything that struck out to you? Do you remember any of like the questions? So you could give like an example.
No, because the entire time I was literally like panicking.
Okay, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
that seems pretty.
That seems normal for an AP class.
I just think that especially after this semester, the finals the finals next the for the end of this new semester will be a lot easier.
Oh yeah, because we know what to expect
Yeah.
and we know how to prepare for it the whole entire year instead of just the 1 week before.
Yeah.
Um, which is basically like make sure all your grades are just good. Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
like
That,
keep some
so
keep.
just do school like how you're supposed to do school, pretty much.
Yeah, but I think mainly the thing I learned from this is try to make sure that if you at least try to keep things close to something else that's above it. Like try to keep it like if you have a B, don't have a low A, have a high B. Or like you can have a low A obviously if you do, but like it's more stressful than if you have a high B or if you have a low A than if you have a high B because if you're high B, there's a chance you can get it up. But a low A, there's a chance you can get it brought down. I don't know. To me, it's more stressful to have something that can get lost instead of something that can't be gained, but you can't lose it either.
I
So
could
the
see
moral of
that.
the story, if you want the best experience in finals, literally just keep high A's on every one of your classes and you'll be fine.
Yep.
Or just high B's or high C's, but like I would recommend high B's and high A's.
Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty good experience.
Because then you can like with finals, if they're 10%, if you have 100% on all your classes because you're like freaking amazing, then you legit don't have to try on finals whatsoever. You could
Yeah.
just not take any of them, and you'd be completely fine.
And also, when you have grades like that, you can exempt a lot of finals.
Yeah, that too. Um, yeah. So like, I think that's cool. So if you do have like a low A and you don't want to take the final because it is like it literally will only hurt you, most likely, because it can't actually help you. So it only has a chance to hurt you. That's whenever I think it's good to have final exemptions. And speaking of exempting things, Landon seems to have exempted his internet problems. Hello, Landon.
That was pretty smooth, Mason. That was
I
pretty
know.
smooth. Unlike my internet connection right now. So basically, I decided to fire up a speed test, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it was down like 2 megabytes a second ago. It was like 5 or 10.
Mm,
So yeah, it was really nice, and it fixed itself, and I'm still lagging. It's
interesting.
great.
Well,
Well,
speaking of the finals that we have, that kind of leads into something that we had to do literally like right after finals, which was
last
picking our
week,
classes.
like I'm still gonna change something. Yeah, So yeah, like Tony said, this is gonna be about classes next year. That was a tough one for me because I may have made a mistake. So I've been in band for 5 years, right? And I may have not put that on my next year classes.
Yeah, just
And
the big.
man got
Think,
a lot of heat for it.
yeah, I got a lot of people yelling at me. Um, so I'm fixing that. I was gonna do personal finance and foods with Robert, but I guess that's not happening. I guess I'm doing band again.
Yes,
Yes,
you
you're
are.
doing band. You're doing band.
But it would have been interesting to actually learn how to cook. I think
Well,
one of
hey,
my
if you take foods your senior year, I'm also taking foods my senior year.
oh well then yeah that works. Um, my other classes are AP I think yeah AP Computer Science A and these are my extra classes AP Computer Science A and Cybersecurity are my next two extra classes besides Symphonic Band, which is like the medium band, just concert band, but better. Um, and then what else I'm taking is Algebra 2, ELA 3, or English 3. Um, I'm taking American Government and Environmental Science. Those are the all the classes I'm taking, hopefully at least, because we don't know about Symphonic Band yet. I would hope.
Yes.
But I don't know. I had a lot to talk about with Symphonic Band because you guys won't really understand very much, but I'm gonna try to explain it my best. So I have like a bunch of friends in there. Almost everybody in the percussion section, which is what I play, is one of my good friends, and three of them were leaving. One Robert because he just wasn't doing anymore, and Tony and Everett were just going on to a new like band because they're better than me. Um, and I would only have like two people there or three people there that I even talked to. But I decided to bring it back because I wanted to do like the extracurricular stuff that comes with it and all that, and also I just like the teacher, even though I don't think he likes me.
No, I don't think he dislikes you.
I don't know, man. I don't
I
think he
find it.
likes me.
I think he. I don't think he dislikes you. I definitely don't think that.
Okay, well, we may just agree to disagree. But I don't know. It was a hard choice. It stressed me out a lot. I mean, all the other classes were fine. I knew instantly what I was gonna do because I really like computers and understanding them and all that. So I picked the other two classes. Those are gonna be super fun. Um, and I probably should give the spotlight to one of you guys. Tony, you go.
Okay, so I don't know, I'm really excited for the classes that I'm going to be taking next year. Cause next year I'm going to take honors jazz ensemble and honors wind ensemble. Um, uh, which one class I've already been taking for the past 2 years. Um, uh, that I'm just excited to do again. And then the other one is a class that I am going to be taking for the first time, which I know is going to come with a lot of interesting and cool opportunities for me to do. So I'm really excited for that. And then since they're both honors credits, it'll boost my GPA a lot. And then I'm gonna take AP Gov, which just because I would much prefer that than just taking the normal history, just because history is like one of the things that I'm a lot better at.
Yeah,
So
you've always been
just
really good at history.
yeah, just so I'm and it's not ancient history, so it's which is the one history that I am so uninterested in.
Really? I kind of like it.
Like it's like I don't have a problem with you if you're into that. Just for me personally, I can never get with it. So it's just the one history class that I did not do that well in.
Yeah.
But since this is government stuff that I'm interested in, that's why I'm taking the AP class for it, and just because I know I'm gonna be able to do good in it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
And then
I think the best thing to do is just take the AP classes that you actually enjoy, because then you'll push yourself. If you
Yeah.
don't enjoy it, then don't do AP because that'll just make your life so much worse for
Yeah.
not that much help. I mean, it is good, but like again, it'd be better that you don't take an AP class than if you just fail it.
True.
And like, if you do
And
take
then
it, don't fail it.
True. And then the next thing I'm taking AP Lang, which is just just AP English, and just because like there hasn't been a year where I've done bad in English, so I'm just gonna take an AP class for that.
That's
Then
actually that's similar. I wanted to take AP language, but I heard that there's like an insane amount of reading, and I don't enjoy reading. I just enjoy writing. If it was just writing, then I would take the class AP 100% because I actually enjoy, like, I will write, but reading is not my thing. I don't like it. I mean, I will do it, but I don't like it. So I don't want to just fill my time up with reading that I just don't want to do.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it'll depend like what subjects that we do, but usually I tend to like reading, so I'm excited for that. And then we got Spanish too. Not excited to
Eh.
take that, but it's just something that I have to do. Just because since I took I've been taking a constant 2 band classes every year in high school. I couldn't take Spanish 1 last year just because I had to I took the 2 band classes I was taking at the time, and then for the only other elective that I could do, I did health and gym to just get those out of the way, so I couldn't take Spanish 1 then. So currently taking Spanish 1 this year, and then I'm gonna finish out my language credits next year. So gotta
Landon
take
finished his Spanish last year, which I'm jealous of.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
could call it finished. I kind of just like sort of survived.
That's exactly what I feel like a
Does
lot of
anyone
people
really
do.
finish Spanish? Does anyone really finish
Not
Spanish?
unless you get to
They just
3, 4, and
survive.
5.
It's so. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways.
It's
I mean,
so
like,
uninteresting.
but then you got the people who are like getting the seal of biliteracy right now, and then
I
I'm just like,
know.
how?
Bro, like if you're one of those people who gets to like 4 or 5 in a language, you're just crazy.
Yeah.
That's
like,
harder than
props to you
most
for doing
AP classes, in my opinion.
And they're still AP Spanish.
Yeah.
And then some like 12-year-old boy from France knows like 12 languages though, and then we're just sitting here like this.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I give up at that point. Like, there's people out there doing like 3 languages, and I'm like, I can barely speak one.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
So-
this needs to be taught to us in elementary school. That's when this really
Exactly.
should be taught to us.
I know. Like, they
I
literally
think-
tell us all the time about how much better it'd be, how much easier you'd learn when you're younger. I'm like, yeah, so teach me calculus when I'm
Teach me
3.
Okay, you wouldn't be good at that because that requires a lot of
A
What?
lot of
You know,
years
prior
of math
knowledge.
that you need to know.
Nah, teach
Like,
me
I
teach me
remember-
calculus in kindergarten, bro.
The
remember
reason
back-
language is good for. Go ahead.
I remember back in me and Mason's elementary school, they had like an after school Spanish thing that I did, but like they just didn't go anywhere with it. So like it was just a thing that you took for like half a year one time, and they didn't take it any further. So like they did have
They teach you about
an
the yo.
about Spanish, yeah. Like they probably taught us. Actually, I don't think they even taught us about yo.
What?
How do you not
How do
what?
you make a sentence without?
Yeah, how do you? Yeah, I would say I say yo in Spanish and English a lot. So
For definitely the same reason. Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah. All right.
I don't know, man. I need Landon to go for tell us his classes
Also,
because he
would I
got
be
cut
bugged,
off.
by the way? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
way
we can.
better, but there's still some points, very little though.
Okay, that's fine. That's good enough.
It's way better. I'm
So-
gonna let you know that.
So the first thing is AP Government Politics,
Hmm.
which of course I'm hyped for because I just love government so much, and I'm so interested to learn about different government types so I can have a communist revolution. But that's not part of the point.
Whoa!
And then,
Yo,
well,
we're
don't
not
worry
spreading
about it.
communist
Don't worry
propaganda
about
on
it.
my podcast, Landon.
Whoa.
Landon, you weren't supposed to
Anyway.
tell him about the real reason we're taking the class.
Shush! I'm just very interested in learning about government and not applying it anywhere. Okay.
Uh-huh. I'm on to
Right.
you.
So then my next class is of course AP Lang, which I'm hyped for because I'm gonna tell you, there's this crazy thing in English that I didn't use till this year, like that much at all. It's called a comma, dude. It's crazy. So I've usually always been in an English class, right? But I never, like, barely ever used commas, so my sentences sucked. But for some reason, I was always in the advanced English class. But this year, I used commas, and now my writing's actually good. It's crazy.
Bro, imagine not using commas.
Imagine, dude, it's crazy. It's almost like I can have a sentence that's not just a statement. Crazy.
I know. Dude.
It's actually, like, for real, like, me, like, realizing grammar. Now I actually
Dude,
just
man
love
has
writing
auto-tune.
so much. It's crazy.
On your voice. You have auto-tune on your voice. Sounds funny.
Auto-tune.
Landon, start belting out tick tick boom.
No. I don't want to get copyrighted, bro.
Alright, so anyways.
It'll be too good, and then you'll get copyrighted for it.
Exactly, it'll be too, like, the real
too good,
Then-
bro.
Yeah,
Too
Andrew
good.
Garfield, watch out. Landon is gonna.
I'm gonna take your role, man. Alright, so my next class.
Your Golden Globe.
Alright, so next we got the crazy environmental science with
I'm
my
doing
boy
that.
Mason and
I'm also
Tony.
doing that.
And I'm hyped for that because, you know, our environment has no problems with it right now, and we're in a
Literally
completely stable
none.
world.
We're
There's like
fine.
no problems in our
We're in
environment.
a perfect
There's-
utopia.
Sea levels are actually going down. It's crazy. It's pretty crazy stuff. And I do really like
Temperatures are
learning about
lowering.
environmental things, so we can actually, like, you know,
Well, I mean,
apply
yeah.
that to future government things for me, because I am considering a future in politics. Because
Really?
I like political science a lot.
Landon, I'm not gonna say your last name for reasons.
You were close, weren't you?
Yeah, I
Guys,
was.
I'm going to be in
Governor of-
Congress. Watch out.
Governor of Canada.
I'm not going to be a governor of Canada. Yep.
Yeah.
You're right. All right. So then after the environmental science, we got the debate. I'm going to take a semester of debate, and
Go.
that's mostly just to be able to use it, like I said, in government, right? So that's crazy. And then after debate, there's this crazy class I'm taking called Music Appreciation for Guitar.
Let's go.
And basically, I'm gonna learn the very basics of guitar usage, right? For one reason and one reason only. I will be singing Taylor Swift songs all day, every day. It's crazy.
Facts.
It's crazy.
Landon
It's
has
insane.
a problem with Taylor Swift, but
Just a
Look,
little
it's
bit.
not a problem. I just love Taylor Swift's music more than anything else in existence. It's not a problem.
okay, moving on.
Anyways, we can keep moving on. And then after that, there's only one elective left, which is publications. I'm going to be doing newspaper production, which is going to be cool because I'm going to be able to write into the school paper and also help them manage the social medias and stuff. Because that'll be cool, just be able to go around and interview people and write articles, because writing's, like, you know, pretty amazing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I'm super excited for next year. All of my classes seem really cool. All I got to do now is wait 6 months, so that's sad.
Exactly.
The only class I have a problem with in my schedule next year is Spanish 2, and that's it.
That's true. Actually, I don't have any problems with any of the classes I have, besides algebra, actually. Never mind. Algebra, I have a problem with.
I forgot to
Um,
even mention algebra. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
Algebra,
kinda there.
the thing is algebra next year will be the only class that should have a lower grade in. Because Spanish will be gone.
Let's
I
go.
should have 2 A's
Hey.
because of computer science A and what's it called? Cybersecurity. And then band I'll have an A in, so 3 A's. There's 3 A's right there. Environmental science I heard was a medium class, and I am very interested in environmental science, so that should be an A. English 3, if I just do the reading, I'll have an A. And then what's it called? I don't know how much I'm gonna enjoy American government. I do like American government, but I feel like I don't know how interested I'd be in it. It depends. I'll have to see if I really like learning the in-depth versions and the intricate parts of the American government that are so well planned out. There's like literally no controversy whatsoever.
That's what I like about our government. There's just nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it, yeah.
And everyone agrees on everything. We're
Literally,
not
everyone's like, there's not two sides.
You know what I
No one
really like? I
separates
like how,
themselves.
what I like is how everyone is just nonpartisan. Like they hear each other out. They don't like just
And
scream at each other.
we
and
really
leave the room.
went from we really have been keeping the ideas that our government put in place when it was made just all
Yeah,
just
about
all,
like Jordan
of all time.
Watson.
Okay,
Oh,
hey, now I can sense this getting into actual politics, so I'm gonna move on.
A sarcasm tornado is entering the room.
Exactly. And yeah, algebra should be my only low grade. Like, based on my past abilities with algebra should be my only lower grade. Out of the all other A's that I should have. I think that's about it. And this is where we're gonna cut to some gaming stuff. This is gonna be like the better half of the podcast because you've already been going for like almost 30 minutes. Our first topic, I don't know if Tony knows much about this, but we basically talked to him a little bit at it. Cyberpunk. I feel like everyone's kind of over hearing about the startup and how it's, all that, but I'm very interested in it.
Flawless launch.
If you guys are not aware, Cyberpunk was in development for 7 years at the point of starting to develop it. It was kind of a smaller game development company is CD Projekt Red. They got huge over the course of those 7 years from the Witcher series, which is now a super popular Netflix show. Some people don't even know when they watch the Witcher show that it's a game, which is insane to me. My mom watched it and didn't even know it was from a game, which was funny. I had a conversation with her about that. But Witcher 3, amazing game. One of the best reviewed games on Steam. I think it's up there in like the top 5. Maybe even up there more. Huge game. I'll probably put some visuals and editing over up here, but they're developing.
It's got okay graphics.
Okay. The graphics in like 2 years ago were really good. They're starting to.
The game dropped in 2015.
Yeah.
Remember that.
I remember. Yeah. The problem I have with it now is the graphics do feel a little outdated at this point. They're good.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good for the time. They were absolutely insanely good. But they're starting to waver a little bit now. Now that we have games like God of War, not as big games like Tom Clancy. What's it called? What's it called? The game me and you played a bunch.
New one?
The new one.
You're talking about Breakpoint?
Yeah, Breakpoint. Not Ghosts. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. That game, amazing graphics in my opinion. It's not super popular, but it's made by a really big company. Far Cry 5, amazing graphics. And this game that not many people know about that I'll be talking in a second about, Star Citizen, one of the best graphics I've seen ever. Some of the best graphics I've ever seen. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Cyberpunk. Also, on the topic of amazing graphics, that game has amazing graphics. Its release was really sketchy. People literally started threatening with like death threats the developers to release the game, so they kind of did. And
yeah,
they released it early. I mean, early for 7 years is like they released it before they had it completely finished, right? And
the big problem with that is that they promised the game like 2 years prior.
Yeah, so people were getting annoyed. Not ever should it be annoyed enough to send death threats, but that's not really the point. They released it, right? And it was not good. It was, I mean, the story is if we're going on like those tier lists, it was like a high B or lower A. The story is pretty good. Overall functionality of the game and optimization was like a D or an F. It was bad. The game had constant glitches. If you literally just look up Cyberpunk 2070, what is it? Forgot. 2077, my bad, guys. 2077, and you just look up like glitches, you can find like so many videos of the glitches that happened in that game. It was insane. The game is really good. Now it is. It went through a horribly like, how would you call it? It's a development while like open. What would you call it? It's a released development, I guess you could call it. After it was released, they were still working on the game. They released a bunch of patches, and it slowly started getting better. By then, a bunch of people stopped focusing on it, and where it is today is way better than it was, I think, a year ago. Landon, do you have any like opinions on the game?
Okay, well, what I've heard besides the fact that the game, the first months it was out, was like downright unplayable for most people. The thing is, people were usually disappointed because they'd finished the story and it really felt like the game lacked content, just stuff to do.
Yeah.
Whereas like these are people who came from whenever The Witcher 3 came out, it's like the amount of stuff you can do in that game is insane.
The expectations.
And then this came out. This game had like the most hype out of any game,
literally any
ever, basically.
At like
And
any.
It got to the point to where they had two choices. They could either delay the game again and basically probably lose a bunch of hype,
lose a bunch
or
of
just
hype, and
drop
lose
it.
so many sales.
So they dropped it, even though it was it was literally unplayable on last gen consoles.
Oh yeah, PS4,
downright
Xbox
unplayable.
One, they had to recall the game.
The
They had to
game would drop
completely.
below 20 frames all the time.
Yeah, it was horrible.
It's just the state the game dropped in was nowhere near ready for it to come out, and I would say even now the game's probably not perfect. I haven't looked into it the past few months.
It's gotten way better. The game is actually, I would say, pretty good now.
I know it's had massive patches that are like
it's,
tens of gigabytes.
yeah,
So,
the game's gotten really like a lot better. As for the developers, I don't really know what they're up to. I think they canceled their multiplayer version of it. It could be more like a multiplayer MMO. They were gonna do that. I don't know if I don't. There's not much that they're telling us. Like, a bunch of people are expecting an add-on to the game that they said they were gonna do, but they haven't really said much about it. It is overall kind of disappointing at the beginning. They ruined Keanu Reeves in the game. The Keanu Reeves character nobody likes, sadly. The concept is so good.
Keanu Reeves, how do you mess that up?
Like, how do you mess up Keanu Reeves? Seriously. The game is really good, though. I honestly, nowadays, if you have a current gen console or a medium PC, which if you do, you're probably thinking about the GPU crisis, but we're not going to talk about it today because me and Landon could probably go on about the GPU crisis for like an hour in of itself.
GPU crisis.
It kind of is for
it's
PC.
Not just GPUs. It's just, dude, every electronic right now is just experiencing massive price.
It is insane. Yeah, no.
So now we're gonna get to talk about geopolitics and what has caused this Silicon shortage.
No, but talking about like Cyberpunk and how it was a super ambitious game. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, yeah, it was insanely ambitious, and it was just nowhere near ready. So
yeah, that kind of leads me on to another topic of conversation that's been pretty popular among people that aren't even really that into games. MetaVerse, Facebook MetaVerse, that exists.
Okay. Yeah, it's it's from what I've seen, it's scary.
It is
This is
The
scary.
concept.
This is the modern day second dimension.
And
It's
Mark
literally
Zuckerberg is going to be our ruler very soon.
it's like literally like it. I don't even know how to describe it. It is a realm that you can be in that is not at all physical. Like that's the best way I could describe it to someone that doesn't really understand it. They're trying to make
It's
a
whole
world.
other ecosystem.
Yeah, they're trying to make another dimension almost, basically where anything's possible. And if you've ever seen, what's that movie called? I'm horrible with
Player
names.
One.
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One.
It's basically like the beginning of that. It's not as dystopian, obviously, because it's not. We're not in a movie, hopefully, but
Well,
Well,
it still has the basic concept. If they want everybody to have a VR and be in the metaverse and be talking to each other virtually, doing things virtually, like there's already people. It's very uncommon that have their jobs in VR. They have like a full display and they actually work in VR. Those things cost insane amounts of money. The ones that people actually would use to do that, but the games are getting better and better. The fact that the Oculus Quest 2 has the ability to play literally without any wires, like it is in of itself, like able to play games that my PC can run. Obviously, not as good, not with as intense graphics, but it's still really good. And it's like it surprised me because I didn't think it was gonna be that well done. But I mean, they came out with. I mean, it was one of the biggest launches. I mean, I see Oculus Quest 2s everywhere, like clips of them.
I feel like everyone got one for Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. I think this last Christmas was even more than when it originally launched. I don't know. That stuff scares me. I mean, I've used it a bunch, not as much super recently, is because I'm focusing on other games. But I mean, it is so fun, and the thing is that it'll get people that aren't into games like interested in it, because my parents and my brother could not care less about video games, but they were legitimately interested in it and liked it. So if you're a kid like me, this is gonna sound a little sad, but if you're a kid like me that your parents have literally no interest in what you're doing, aka like video games, like literally don't care whatsoever, and you want to share a moment that something you're interested in with them, I would say the Quest 2 is probably a pretty good bet because it is so new and so astonishing to look through and see that almost anyone will be interested to at least try it.
Yeah,
If
I
you
mean, like,
haven't
take it
had an
from-
interaction with your parents like that for a while, I know it sounds really sad, but it definitely is like really fun to experience with your family.
Because I remember, like my dad, whenever I let him play Beat Saber, he thought it was super cool. And
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't good at it, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's something VR, like especially the Quest, since it's wireless and all that. It's so perfect to just let your friends and family use,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
it's just a perfect device for getting people interested in VR, which is the point.
Yeah,
So-
it literally is. It's the Enter to VR headset.
And
I've been
take it
wanting
from
one forever.
Take it from someone who like left, like since I kind of left my back when I used to game a lot more than I do. I kind of left that in the past for a while, and like when I tried Mason's Quest pretty recently, like that was kind of like the thing that got me like thinking, hey, like if I ever got one of these, like I'd probably get back into it. But like
Exactly.
taking just from that perspective of like I really don't do a lot of gaming anymore. But like when I tried that, like that really did get me thinking, hey, if I ended up getting one of these, I'd probably use it a lot.
Exactly. It reminds me kind of the feeling of the Wii remotes, like the first like Wii. It felt so cool to be like able to move along with like things and actually be able to play like more hands-on than regular games. And
we sports here.
Wii Sports being like, no, but it was
It's funny now because now we don't see the Wii as like innovative at all. But like when it came out, it was crazy.
Yeah, when it came out, it was like the big one of the biggest things. Like the Wii was in everybody's house.
It still is.
It
For a
kind
lot
of still is for a lot of people, but no one really touches it.
It's just sitting there for years.
I remember like a year ago, we got it out and I started playing it a lot again because I just thought it was kind of fun to get back into the Wii.
I still have a Wii Sports tournament every Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's at my aunt's house, and that's like the only gaming console that she owns. Cause like, why else? Why would she ever buy another one? But like, yeah,
Exactly.
we still
Right,
have a Wii. We still have a Wii tournament every Thanksgiving.
I could go off topic with a segue.
What is it?
Speaking of Wii Sports, bowling is pretty fun in Wii Sports. But did you know in real life bowling is more difficult than in Wii Sports? I know, right?
Landon's going rogue. He's going off script.
I'm going off script. I'm bringing in the bowling realm. Okay. So basically, this year I joined our high school's bowling team, and it's pretty awesome because I sucked at bowling when I first started. I literally got like a 52. It was great. It was amazing. But now I'm getting up there 150, 140 and it's only been a few months.
Yeah.
What I really like about bowling is, first of all, it's not too strenuous. You know, it's literally bowling. Like I don't have
exactly.
to run around the track. I don't have to come out of the bowling alley drenched in sweat. You know?
Nah. Everyone,
You don't
if
know
you're
how
not,
hard some people play.
if you're not coming out of the bowling alley like literally looking like a wet noodle, then you're not doing it right.
I mean, it's just what I like about bowling is that depending on the lanes we're at, I have to adapt to how those lanes are to how I'm gonna basically bowl.
Yeah.
And it's just been really, it's much more strategic than I thought used to think it was. Just bowling is much more strategic than just throwing it. So you have to. There's so many factors, especially just the way you approach your bowling.
Who
It's just
teaches
it's
you?
just really cool. My coach, and my coach is pretty cool. I've known him for years because
Can you tell me his like?
his name's just John. Coach
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Very, very uncommon name. Kind of
Dude,
scary. You guys are
everyone
gonna
knows
pinpoint him.
John, the one John,
John, the one John in the United States.
the only one that exists.
But yeah, basically, all I'm trying to say is bowling was a super fun thing just to do once a week for a few hours, and it was just really nice to meet some new people. So
You had bowling today,
yeah,
right?
it was pretty awesome. I did, and I did pretty okay because we're at like this one place with synthetic oil in their lanes, which kind of sucked. So that was great. But yeah, I still did pretty.
Me when I complain about synthetic oil and
Oh my god, you bowl at that place? That place uses synthetic oil. I can't be your friend. Yeah.
So
That's how I make friends.
You would say you're pretty excited about continuing your path in bowling, right?
Oh yeah. I'm keep setting new goals for myself, and it takes me a few weeks, and I beat them. So it's just awesome.
Speaking of excited,
Oh.
what games do you think we're excited about? I mean, I know Tony has one. He has to have this one. Tony, it's a Star Wars game.
You got a game, Tony?
Oh yeah, the trailer. I did watch the trailer for that recently. Yeah.
I don't really know what it's called. Isn't it a remaster?
Oh, so so Star Wars, the Old Republic, which was a game that I think it was just on PC at the time. I don't know, but it basically takes place during the Old Republic, which is like I think 1,000 years before Phantom Menace. Don't kill me, like actual hardcore Star Wars fans, if I got that wrong.
Tony acting like he's not. What?
But we don't talk about it.
Man has like 3 posters, or big mannequins of cardboard in his basement.
3 Star Wars.
That is true.
Per capita.
But yeah, it takes place during that era of Star Wars, which technically isn't like in the canon much anymore, just because Disney chooses usually not to use it. But they are remastering the Old Republic game, which we get to hear like the Darth Revan stuff, and I'm really excited to see him like in an actual like good looking graphics. So I think that'll be good.
Yeah, no, it seems super. I don't know those games. I played what's it called? I'm so bad with names. Holy
The
cow! I think I've said it 3 times already today. Story game, Star Wars story. The one game with the dude that's a ginger.
Jedi Fallen Order, whatever. What is it called?
Jedi
Yeah.
Fallen Order. I played that. It's super fun. I haven't finished it. I never finish anything I play. Um, but no,
Great.
it was super fun to play while I played it. No, but I'm excited for those games, and I have a bunch of games I'm excited for. I would say one of them. I honestly have to go to my list. Hold up. Okay, we are back after a quick break, and after Tony just finished talking about Star Wars game, I have some contributing games I'd like to add to this. There's 3 of them, and we will watch a bit of the trailer of each of them. I'm all these I'm super excited about. I don't know. They're all 3 very a lot of people. I don't know. The day before, yeah. Actually, let's just get into it. That's the best way to describe it is just to show you. Okay, so this is Dying Light 2. It comes out in like literally 2 weeks. I probably should screen share this for them to be able to see it to contribute to the conversation. Hold up. This is Dying Light 2 official trailer.
Don't screw up the password again. This time, we'll blow your head off.
Sweet, love you too.
You better get it right. Now listen, Steve, don't try to warn anyone I'm here.
Rainer said you were a pilgrim.
None of your business.
You think your barking will make an impression on me?
Did you know a girl named Mia?
Mia? No. Who's Mia?
She's my sister.
Promise you'll never leave me alone here. Never.
I won't leave you.
Swear.
I don't have to.
Not him, no!
A long time ago, Walt's hurt her. He took her from me. And I want him to tell me where she is.
Well, that kind of information is expensive. Maybe I can help you.
Welcome to paradise.
Look around, Aiden. What do you see?
Something people outside the walls could only dream of.
Who would have thought the end of the world could be so peaceful? I wish Crane could have seen this.
Juan, it's not a sign of weakness to say you were worried.
Death is how we thank traitors. You didn't say you were working for Aiden.
I don't work for Ader, I work for myself.
Here we're all infected.
Are you scared of him?
Most people are.
Those who are weak just give up.
Keep them busy.
They stop caring about anything. Give up on life, but you.
Okay, I want to pause it there. From that, what did you guys think?
I like the dystopian aspect of it.
Right?
Just kind of just because I think it makes a really nice environment to. Because I imagine it'll be like, I mean, just from what it looks like, it looks kind of open world based.
Yes, it's based on another game. It's super parkour based. Like movement is super good in that game. Hopefully.
I think the story that they're developing, the whole vengeance narrative, is already seems like it's gonna be pretty good. So
Yeah, actually, the main character, I don't know if you guys could tell, he's infected with a virus, and you're kind of like struggling with the fact that you are trying to keep the turning from happening, which is like they already have things that help. I don't know, since if you guys don't know, they already have things that can keep it from happening, but it's not like permanent. You have to keep doing it, and you have to constantly like inject yourself with something. But I think that's gonna be a really cool part of it. And if you don't know, there's like a day and night cycle, and at night these certain zombies come out that are super fast and super deadly. So at night, the
So it's
whole
Minecraft.
idea.
Okay.
No, the whole idea at night is that you have to be stealthy, and at day you can kind of just and kill all the zombies. It's not that hard. But I think that's really cool because I hope that the environment will change at night. Where like in the day you'll see a lot of people, and then at night you'll see like buildings shut off and like doors start closing and stuff like that. I think that'd be really sick if they did that. So if you get stuck out there at night, then you're like stuck. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be a really cool idea if they do that. It comes out in like literally I think 2 weeks. I think it's actually 13 days now. Which is exciting because I've been waiting for this game for so long. But I'm insanely excited about it. The idea of dystopian parkour based melee and some actual like FPS driven story game sounds so fun. I love zombie games like so much, realistic ones, which is a perfect segue into the next game. It's called The Day Before. We'll watch that real quick. Not all of it, obviously. This is the gameplay trailer. Probably should get a shorter one.
I've seen The Day Before. Does it look like it's very far in development? But
it comes out like Q4 of this year.
Okay. It says release date June 21st, 2022.
That might have changed. I think this is just RTX.
Yeah, we can watch it.
Now, from that little clip, there's more.
It looks a lot like The Division.
Yeah, it does. That's what a lot of people said. Is it does look a lot like The Division. I think it's really cool because of like I feel like I can show you this. Like
Will
some parts of
nothing
it.
save us from this unholy
Witcher.
curse? There is a curse upon every man.
Like look at how realistic the driving is. Why is it so weird? Look, there. Like the driving, if you can't really tell it here. Like super realistic driving. Like it's like SnowRunner. Realistic is what I've been seeing. Which seems super cool. Cause I feel like it's supposed to be a super realistic game. But it has cityscapes, it has like just regular forests, like just like all the zombie type things. Like super fun. It seems awesome. I really hope they don't botch the game. It's not a super popular development team.
Open world game?
It's open world. It's like I think it might be multiplayer open world.
Okay.
Also, I've been playing this game a lot. Not this one, but a game recently. It's called Star Citizen, a space game. I'll get into that later, but this is a game I'm super excited about. Also a space game, and it's by the people that made all the Elder Scroll games, all the Fallout games, even Fallout 76, guys, I know. But it's Bethesda, and I'm super excited about this.
Constellation Starship Frontier, we have you on scanners. Performing remote systems check. Helium-3 tanks check. Seals are intact.
They say the wonder is not that the field of stars is so vast, but that we have measured it. You're part of Constellation now. Part of our family. What you've found, it's the key to unlocking everything.
We reach your constellation.
This is all we've been working towards.
Jemison route looks good.
We've come to the beginning of humanity's final journey.
Prepare for departure. Graviton loop array spool check. Your space lane is clear.
That's why we're here.
Main engines go. Ignition.
To discover what's out there.
Good luck, Constellation. You are go for launch.
So that is Starfield. I don't know if I could tell you how excited I am for that game. I don't care if it's crap. I'm still gonna play it. Any space game is like my favorite thing ever.
That was just a teaser trailer, so the game's not.
Yeah, this is just a teaser trailer. So I expect it to look almost as good as that. If they're making a new engine, it better. If not, that's gonna be kind of sad.
They definitely needed a new engine.
Oh no, they really need it. And if it's, I hope it's like 3D and not like a side scroll or fake. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't want it to just be like a 2D space game that's like, yeah.
Like, and that was just in super like elaborate, because Bethesda likes to do that with their teaser trailers. They like to make a game look insanely better than it is. All the online Elder Scrolls games.
What annoys me, the fact that all they've shown for Elder Scrolls 6 is like a 5-second view of like a city.
Really?
Like, they've literally, I don't even know if they say they're making Elder Scrolls 6. I sure hope they are, but like they really have not told us much of anything.
Okay, but Landon, you have to understand that okay, I don't know, I shouldn't say, but if it comes out, do you know how cool that's gonna be? A modern looking Elder Scrolls game. Like, do you know how now that I think about that, it's literally something one of the most exciting games ever to think about. Cause like that stuff is sick. Like the universe they created is one of the best in the gaming industry. I would say they're one of the best studios at making universes for their games. They are so good. Like Fallout's universe is really good. Elder Scrolls universe is really good. Starfield's is looking to be really good. But I don't know. I'm just super excited for all those games. And what do you guys have to say about this?
I feel like it's I don't take much of any substance from teaser trailers because like that basically told us nothing about the game.
I think it did. If they're showing like what they think the game's gonna be like, then I don't see a problem. I don't see why it wouldn't feel like that.
Because all it showed was like a spaceship on a planet. And then
I think that I can pick so much out of that though. Like I can see what their like style they're going for. I can see hopefully that it's 3D. Like I don't know. We just gotta hope. I would say let's look forward to it.
Teaser trailers are always cool for them, like making a new universe. So yeah, that's cool. The one I'm the most interested in that you showed me was the Dying Light one because that one's literally coming out in a couple weeks and it seems to be pretty well.
I mean, exactly. It seems like it's gonna be super fun.
It's just I don't know. It is so cool to see teaser trailers because it lets you know like maybe a few years down the road this game like this could come out, which is really cool.
Exactly. I think this is all the time we're gonna have for today. I'm excited because I'm gonna do another one maybe in like 2 weeks since I had so much fun doing this one.
I feel like we could get more people too.
Yeah, more people are gonna be in the next one. I think it's good to have a podcast with just the 3 main people first to get people used to you and to get us used to answering and asking questions before we have to basically help other people ask or answer questions.
I will say the digital experience, this was a lot less painful than in person.
Yeah.
It's much more chill.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like I get it's much easier to do this once every 2 weeks than it would be to do what we did at times.
Oh yeah, 100%. This is way easier.
Yeah.
It's just an hour out of our day, literally.
Yeah. I think if we get a couple more people, I feel like we can make one that's a couple hours long.
You don't need to make one that's a couple hours long. Like if we can, then yeah. But in my opinion, it's whenever someone has to go or whenever we feel like we don't have much to talk about. That's when a podcast should end. And
okay, well, this was pretty fun.
This was super fun, which means we'll be doing it again. So, thank you guys all for watching.
My internet accepts it.
Yeah, next time Landon's internet will not be bad.
Yeah, next time we will make sure my internet is functioning before we start it, okay? We'll do that.
But I hope you guys enjoyed the little clips of the games because I really love watching those. I will be making timestamps, so if you don't want to listen to us talk about school at all, you just want to skip to some of the interesting game stuff, then you can. If you don't want to listen to game stuff, you can talk about school or any of those things. I completely understand. But again, thank you all for watching. I hopefully will be uploading this like tonight if I can get it uploaded because there's not edited because there's not much to edit. See ya and bye.
Bye.